Hey everyone, I am Venkatesh, and in this video I am super excited to show you my latest project, FinBot. I built this for a code basis challenge where the goal was to create a smart assistant that can help employees from different departments like HR, finance, marketing, or engineering get insights and answers from internal company data. But here's the key part. It should only show data that they were allowed to see. So we needed secure role-based access control with a smart assistant powered by generative AI. Let's see about this project. The challenge was titled Build a RAG-based assistant to deliver role-specific insights across departments in a fintech company. In simple terms, build a chatbot that can pull relevant answers from internal documents, know which department the user belongs to, only show them the information they were permitted to access. So basically, Smart Assistant meets strict access control, and that's exactly what I built, and I called it FinBot. Let's look at our agenda for today's video. Here's what I will cover in this video. First, we will see what is FinBot. Then, we will see the overall architecture. Third, we will see tools and technologies used in this project. Next, we will see how the system works step by step. And finally, we will jump into a live demo. Now, let's see what is FinBot. FinBot is like your smart internal AI teammate. It helps employees get answers from company data just like asking a human colleague. But it's faster, smarter, and respects access permission. So, an HR person can ask about leave policies and someone in finance can ask about quarterly expenses. But they will only get answers related to their role. It's powered by Groq LLaMA3 model and uses RAG, that is Retrieval-Augmented Generation, to deliver precise and relevant answers. Now, let's look at the system architecture. Let's quickly look at how FinBot is built. Front end, I use Streamlit to build the user interface. It includes pages like home, chatbot features, and about section. In backend, it is built using FastAPI. It handles login and registration, JWT-based authentication, RAG logic, and chatbot responses. Next, I have used FAISS. This is where I store department-specific document vectors for fast retrieval. And finally, for LLM, I have used Groq, the language model that generates the chatbot response. Next, we have tools and tech use. Firstly, Streamlit, I have used is for user interface. Next, FastAPI for backend APIs. Then JWT tokens for secure login and session tracking. Then LangChain to build the RAG flow. And FAISS for vector search. Groq LLM for high-speed role-aware responses, users.json for storing login credentials, resources folder contain role-specific documents. Now, after seeing the tools and tech, let's see how our FinBot works step by step. Let's break it down how the whole system flows. First, user lands on home page. When a user visits the app, they see the chatbot interface, but they can't use it until they log in. Second, register and login. They registered a new account which is stored securely in user.json file. After logging in, a JWT token is created to manage their session. Third, accessing the chatbot. Now that they logged in, the chatbot becomes available. They can start asking questions in natural language. Fourth, sending a query. When they type a query like how many employees have more than 20 leaves left, here's what happened in the background. The front end sends the query and user rolls to the backend. Then backend loads the FAISS vector DB for their department. It runs a similarity search to retrieve the most relevant context. Finally, we generate a response. Next, that context is added into a prompt template along with the query and chat history. Then it passed to LLM model which generates a fast and precise answer customized for that role. The answer is sent back and shown in the chat interface. This means HR only sees HR information, finance sees finance information, and so on. Alright, now that you understand how everything works, let's see FinBot in action. I will show you how a user registers, logs in, and interacts with the
Before
chatbot.
diving into the practicals, let me explain you a little bit about the files which are important to understand. So first of all, we have a README file which will have all the details about the project, which is having tech stack, features, and project structure, how you can set up it in your system, and all those things. Everything will be present in this README file. Now let's understand the main things which you need to understand. The first is inside app folder we have a FAISS vector. So basically this is nothing but based on the different rules we will be storing our vector databases using FAISS vector DB. Then we have main.py file. So main.py file is nothing but our fast API Python file where we have returned our login, registered, logout, then build vectors and rack chat API, where build vectors API is used to convert our all the resources into vectors based on their roles. Then rack chat is nothing but our rag flow, where whenever the user will be going to give some input, that input is converted into certain format. Then using our FAS we will be going to get role based embeddings. Then using that we will be going to retrieve our top 10 results relevant to our input. Then making use of LangChain prompt template, we have created the template which have all the details about our FinBot, which takes role, question, and history along with context of our result and generate the result using a chat group LLM model, which we are using is nothing but Llama 3. Now, after this, we have pages, where pages is nothing but this will be having all our UI part code. First is the home page, then we have feature page, about page, and auth page. Auth page contains two things: login and register. Next folder we have resources folder, which will contain all the different roles data into their subfolders. Next we have .env file. .env here, as I told, we will be going to use chat group, that is group model. So we need API keys for that, for accessing the LLM model. Along with that, as we are making use of Hugging Face 2 for our embedding sentence transformer, so we must have the Hugging Face API key too. Next, we have our app.py file, which is our main file, Streamlit file, which on run will be going to call our main.contentpy file. Now, let's start with our practical. So, I will be going to run the application. Before this, you have to activate your environment. Then you have to run this particular code, which will be going to launch your application in your respective browser. Here in the home page, we have all the details about the project, what are the capabilities, roles and permissions, and our tech stack. Next, we have features. Here, features, what all things we have integrated in our project, the details overview will be present here. Next is about. About is nothing but this is about myself a little bit, and I have added all the links to my other social networks where I used to add AI related content for our community. So let's now see our working of our chatbot. Now if you see, when I launch to our home page, it's saying to log into our FinBot before using it. So let's log in. As you are a new user, so you have to register first. So before register, what we need to do, we need to load our, or you can say run our fast API code. So for that, what I can do, I will be going to start our fast API in 8000 port. Once it's get ready, what we can do, we can create one user. So let me add 22, or you can say the password whatever you want. And here you can select whichever role you want to use. For now I am adding engineering. So let's see whether the application is ready. If you see, the application started, so click on register. So it will be going to call that particular API, register API, make use of JWT, and store the result in users.json file. Now as you see, Venki2 is the user which we have created. Give the password. If you click on login, it will again go to the login page, check with the users.json file and see whether you have a correct authentication or not. Once that is done, if you see, it is greeting me, and now the chat is enabled. When you click on it, it will be going to start. So now let's see, I am feeling high, so it will go in the backend, and whatever prompt we have written, based on that, it will be going to give me the answer. If you see this engineering data, engineering is coming dynamically because we are in the engineering role. So we created our account in that manner. So now what we can do, we can ask anything related to the engineering related question. So let me go to the engineering dot. Also, let me ask about API gateway. What API gateway I can use? So when I click on this, if you see, there are some detail about the things, and at last we are getting the result. Now what I will do, as I mentioned earlier in this particular video also, that is a role specific thing. So let me ask something related to finance. So what was the revenue growth of in 2024? So let me ask related to finance. Now if you see, it is telling me that it is access is denied because I am having an engineering role and I'm asking about the uh, finance related things. So let me check the same thing with some finance account and see whether I'm getting the result for this also or not. So let me log out from this account, and again I will go and log in with that particular account. So what I will do, I will use that particular account. I already created it, so you can create any as many as you want. So I will log in. Now if I go here, if you see, it is greeting me with this name, and when I click here, it will be going to tell you how can I assist you. If I click hi, now before to this, if you noticed, it was engineering, now it is finance, which was dynamically added. Now I will ask what was the revenue growth in 2024. So let's see whether we are getting the result. Yes, based on the product, based on the provided context, the revenue growth in 2024 is 25%. In the similar manner, you can check with other stuffs too. Now, once this is done, uh, the changes, or you can say the improvements, what you can do in this particular project is nothing but you can make use of good or fast LLM model. Then what you can do is make use of different vector database. Here I have used the open source one. Either go with some other vector database like Pinecone, ChromaDB, and see which particular uh, things as a retriever is giving you better results. Then after that, you can play with the prompts too. Now if you see, currently I'm getting the result something like this. In later stage, you can convert this particular result as per our requirement to also. and many more. So this is all about this particular project. I hope you like this particular video, and thank you so much for giving this opportunity. I loved doing this particular project. I'm very thankful to Codebasics, Dhaval Patel, and all other members of Codebasics for organizing this kind of challenges, which is giving us opportunity to deep dive into the different skills what we have in our AI world that is related to Gen I currently. Looking forward and looking forward to more such challenges in future. Thank you again. Bye bye. See you again.